So here's Form B of Practice 1.2.1. So take a look at this first if you're struggling with the actual A homework, and then you can use that A homework, try it again once you've seen these. So what units would you use for the rate of each scenario that follows? So if you're jogging, okay, we'd probably want to use, miles per hour. Generally, people that are jogging aren't jogging for less than that. Speed of a giant tortoise on land. Okay, we definitely wouldn't be using miles per hour. Maybe like meters per hour, feet per hour. Probably be good. Okay, the speed of light. Well, that's traveling pretty quickly, so you definitely would want something more than just miles. So maybe like light years. That's kind of what it's based off of. Cost of mailing a package would be just money units. So I guess dollars and cents. Okay, good enough for those ones. All right, so these we are making some equations, okay, from these, and then we're going to use them to solve. So, number 2, the radius of a sphere is measured to be 3.12. What is the most accurate volume of the sphere you can report? So, volume, remember, is 4/3 pi r cubed, pi being about 3.14. So, 4/3 times pi times 3.12, our radius, cubed. So I'm definitely going to want to use a calculator on this one. Okay. So in most of the calculators we have, you can actually use a pi button, so that's more accurate. So if I go 3.12 cubed, that's about 30.37 times by pi, okay, times by 4, divide by 3, and we end up with about 127.219112. I'd just probably say 22 centimeters cubed because it's volume. So you definitely would want to still use the centimeters. Okay, number 3, the length of a dance floor to be replaced is 1 foot shorter than twice the width. You measured the width to be 12.25 feet. What is the area and what is the most accurate area you can report? So it's 1 foot shorter than twice the width. Width is 12.25. If I double that, right, times by 2, that's 24.5. Okay, 1 foot shorter, so it's 23.5. Okay, and area is length times width, so times that by the width. Okay, and that's going to give us our area. Now, I suppose if we really wanted to, we could have tried to make that a whole equation, but that doesn't make sense when we were told what we were told. So multiply those together, and we end up with the area equaling 287.875 feet. Okay, so we'd probably just round it up to 288, honestly, just because of that. Because especially when you're building, you have to, you can't always get exact. All right, Leah's dog consumes 4 times as many calories a day as her cat. Her cat consumes 240 calories. So her dog would be 4 times the amount of the cat. Okay, so her cat's 240. So the dog would consume 4 times that much, which would be, I should probably use my calculator again, 960. So the dog consumes 960 calories a day. All right. Number 5, it costs Marcus an access fee for each visit to his gym. Plus, it costs him $3 in gas for each trip to the gym and back. This month, it costs Marcus $108 for 6 trips to his gym. How much is Marcus's access fee per visit? Okay. So let's figure out what we got. So we know he's paying $3 each time he goes to the gym. Okay, and he has an access fee for each visit. So he made 6 trips. So for gas, I know he spent $18 in gas, didn't he? Okay, so the access fee, that fee, he pays one time for every trip. So there's 6 of them, so we'd go 6 times his fee plus the $18 in gas would equal 108. So there's our equation. Subtract by 18 on both sides, we get 6F equals 90. Divide by 6, and we get 15 equals F. I believe it's 15, right? Yeah. Okay, so it'd be $15 for his trip, or his access fee, I mean. Okay, number 6. Rebecca bought X pairs of socks and received a 20% discount. Each pair of socks costs $4.99. Her total cost without tax was $23.95. How many pairs of socks did she buy? So we would take the cost and times it by how many we have, so $4.99 times X, right? But then she received a 20% discount. So we subtracted 20% of that $4.99X, okay? And that was equal to $23.95. So I want to simplify here, but I mean there's kind of the basics of my equation. So 0.20 times 4.99 is about 0.998x, which we're subtracting from that. So 4.99x minus 0.998x, okay, so 4.99x minus that, because we can simplify, it would be 3.99, to which it's money, so we want to round to the nearest hundredth. X equals $23.95. So then we divide both sides. So 23.95 divided by 3.99 gives us about 6 pairs of socks. It's 6.002, so basically 6. Alright, so that was number 6. Okay, 7. Amelia and 2 of her friends went out to lunch. Each girl ordered exactly the same meal. The total cost was $55.08, which included an 8% tax. What was the price of each meal, not including tax? Okay. So, that 8% tax we're going to have to take off, right? So we know the total was $55.08. Okay. Amelia and her 2 friends make 3 people. So they ordered the same meal, so the cost of that meal, okay, we'll put C for cost, we would times by 3. But we would have to add to that an 8% tax to that cost, okay? So if I go 0.08 times 3, I get 0.24 C, add that to 3, so it'd be 3.24 C would equal 55.08. And we divide by 3.24, and we get the cost being $17 a piece without tax. All right, number 8. Alan mowed the lawn and trimmed the hedges in his yard. The amount of time he spent trimming the hedges was 1/3 the amount of time it took him to mow the lawn. If it took him 1 hour and 15 minutes to mow the lawn, how long did it take him to trim the hedges? Okay. Now, I don't like this 1 hour and 15 minutes, so I would just change it to minutes, okay, which would be 1 hour is 60, so it would be 75 minutes, okay, to mow the lawn. So times that by 1/3, okay, that's going to be trimming the hedges. Or in other words, if we go 3 times how long it took to trim hedges, that should equal to 75 minutes. Divide by 3, and then trimming the hedges would be 25, not 15, 25 minutes. Okay? No, it's got a fraction, that's alright. Okay, number 9. The area of a football field is about 3/4 the size of an international soccer field. The area of a football field, including the end zone, is 57,600 square feet. What is the approximate area of an international soccer field? Okay, so we take that number, okay, and it's 3/4 the size of an international soccer field. So the soccer field times 3/4 would be equal to that. There's our equation. So we could times by 4 first. So we get 3 times F equals 4 times that 57,600 be 230,400 divided by 3. We get the area of a football field as 76,800 feet squared. Okay, last problem. Alex and Brian park their bikes side by side. Alan leaves to visit friends, and Brian leaves 30 minutes later, headed for the same destination. So they've got their 2 bikes. Okay, Alex and Brian have got their destination, friend's house. So Alex leaves, then 30 minutes later, Brian leaves. Alex pedals 5 miles per hour slower than Brian. Okay, so Alex is 5 miles slower. 1 hour after Brian leaves, he passes Alex. We'll say 60 minutes instead of 1 hour because we have 30 minutes. At what speed are they each pedaling? So in 1 hour, basically, they've covered the same distance. Okay, and one did it 30 minutes less. Right? So Alex has been traveling for 1 hour and 30 minutes, or 90 minutes. Okay, but he was 5 miles per hour slower. So they traveled the same distance. So let's say Brian was traveling at x speed, so Alex would be x minus 5. So we'd go in 90 minutes. Alex traveled x minus 5 times 90, and that equals what Brian did in 60 minutes. So 60x. So simplify 90x minus 90 times 5 is 450 equals 60x. Okay, subtract 90x, get negative 450 equals negative 30x. Divide by negative 30, and we end up with 15 equals x. So Brian traveled 15 miles per hour, or per miles per minute? No, per hour. Okay, and Alex would be 10. Alright, okay, there we go, guys.